Once again, on this program, the ESU Buzz, we have more very good news to share. We'd like to welcome to the program Dr. Tim Burnett. He is the Associate Professor of Biological Sciences at Emporia State University. Dr. Burnett, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show.
Well, thanks for being here. I assume you would be great because I think that you have just acquired and secured some big-time funding. Tell us about it.
I have. I just received a 5-year grant from part of a grant from the National Institutes of Health called the Kansas Idea Network of Biomedical Research Excellence. And that grant will provide a little over $300,000 to the university over the next 5 years.
Wow. That's amazing. Let me ask you this, Dr. Burnett. What went into securing the funding first?
The funding, this is a renewal of a grant. This program has been in existence for a little over 10 years. Our funding ended in April, so last summer, the steering committee of the K-INBRE, which I'm a part of, began brainstorming how we might put together the renewal. Most of the University of Kansas Medical Center is the lead institution, so most of the work really came out of their office. We had to do a lot of reports and sort of show them that the previous 7 years of funding had been successful on our campus. And so it was just putting together a grant proposal last summer.
Well, indeed, that's big, just under $350,000. And Dr. Burnett's, what will this money be earmarked for specifically?
So in the initial grant year, there is almost $100,000 will be used for a renovation of the science hall. The third floor of the science hall right now is inaccessible. There's not an elevator there, so we're going to put a chairlift in to be able to access that part of the building. That upper floor then will be remodeled to expand laboratory space. The faculty in the Department of Chemistry don't have, right now they share research space with the teaching space. And so this will allow them to have a spot where they can work on research and, more importantly, get students involved in research and not have to move things out of the way when teaching labs come in.
How big is that? Because I know that there have been some discussions of some renovations here as part of the longer-range campus master plan over the last 6 to 7 months. But how big really is that renovation in order to set the stage for what may be coming later on?
Well, I guess just to increase the amount of research, the research culture of the university, I think, is important to have that space. I don't know a big size. I don't really know the square footage size of what we're doing there, but just to have to start the process of understanding that facilities make a big difference to the students and to the faculty that are working here and studying here.
You know, Chuck, you raised a really good question because, you know, for us, this $100,000 renovation, that means we don't have to look at raising tuition or ask for additional state support in order to, to facilitate a major renovation that's going to provide our faculty and, more importantly, our students hands-on experience in terms of research.
Well, and will this include being able to purchase new equipment as well?
Yeah, there's money in there for equipment as well. It'll be a completely functioning laboratory space when they're finished with it.
Well, what was your reaction, Dr. Burnett, when you heard you had exactly secured this money?
Well, of course, I was very excited. The K-INBRE program has really carried biomedical research at ESU for 10 years, and so I was very worried that we wouldn't get funded. How would we be able to continue some of the programs that had been started, and how would we be able to continue pursuing biomedical research? It's a very expensive enterprise. We can, this afternoon, Marie and I will go over there, and we can spend $400 or $500 very easily on reagents and maintenance of equipment, and all of those things are really expensive. And without having external support to do those things, I don't know that the university would be able to provide the same level of support just from institutional funds.
Dr. Burnett, talk a little bit about some of these other aspects of the grant, though. I mean, was it startup and recruitment packages for faculty, scholarship programs, maybe trainee programs? Talk about those things.
I can. So the initial grant award provides the money for the renovation. It also sets up a undergraduate coordinator office that I will be in charge of. And so my job will be to try to create opportunities for students to do research in biomedical sciences. And that primarily comes from just providing mini grants to the students and to the faculty, providing some scholarships or summer support for the students to work on research with faculty that are willing to have undergraduates. That was the $350,000 grant that was awarded. The K-INBRE program is really a gigantic program. It was a $19 million grant awarded to the University of Kansas Medical Center. As part of, in addition to the grant that I've been talking about, they have other programs that are available for faculty and students to apply for. Those programs, like there's several of them, but a few examples would be faculty recruitment and startup packages. So if we decide to hire new faculty and in the sciences, if those faculty have some relationship to biomedical research, the dean or a department chair could write a grant to K-INBRE, or write a proposal to K-INBRE to provide maybe $25,000 extra for that faculty member when they arrive to help them set up their laboratory space. And that's a recruitment tool, really, because again, like I said, doing research in this area is really expensive, and so it's daunting to come and walk into an empty building and figure out, or an empty laboratory space and figure out how am I going to get the equipment I need. Another program for students is a program called the STAR Trainee Program. The STAR Trainee Program provides support for a senior student, a support of $7,500 that they can use for compensation, as well as providing money to secure supplies and equipment that they might need to do their research. And that's what Maria has just recently been awarded.
And we're talking with Dr. Tim Burnett, Associate Professor of Biological Sciences at Emporia State. And when Dr. Burnett mentions K-INBRE, that is the Kansas Institutional Development Award Network of Biomedical Research Excellence.
Yes.
That's why we call it K-INBRE, right?
That's exactly right, yes.
And you've been referring to Maria, who is Maria Castro Munoz, who is a senior biochemistry and molecular biology major from Lima, Peru. And the STAR Trainee Award has been awarded to Maria, who I understand is the first ESU student to have been selected for this program. Maria, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
How big of an honor is this?
It's great. I think it's a great opportunity, and I'm really excited to work on a project this year.
Maria, what drew you to Emporia State to begin with? And you mentioned here that you're excited to be part of this, but talk a little bit more about why you're so excited about being involved with this.
Well, it gives me the opportunity to learn a lot of, in terms of how to do experiments and how to think critically. I also have had the opportunity to work with really expensive reagents and equipment that wouldn't be available if it weren't for the funding that we're receiving from K-INBRE. And it's just a great learning experience, and it's related to what I want to do in the future. I want to do research, biomedical research, after I graduate from ESU, so I think it's just a great opportunity for undergraduate students.
Well, Maria, tell us about your latest project, something about investigating the effects of low oxygen.
Yeah. Well, the intestine has some areas of low oxygen, so we want to know how low oxygen affects the detection of pathogens in the intestine.
All right.
That's amazing.
Well, hey, congratulations on the honor, Maria.
Thank you.
Well done. All right, so President Sean Rock, things rolling on. That's great news, getting this money.
Oh, it's wonderful. The hands-on experience it provides our undergraduate research program and our undergraduate students, and that prepares them to go on to, as Maria is going to be doing, into biomedical research. Many of them go into other pre-professional or professional programs and medicine. It's exciting, as you probably know. Maria is from Lima, Peru, which is just south of Madison, and so it's a great place. And just to have the opportunity to bring students from around the world to Emporia State University and really give them world type of experiences is exciting for us. But again, it's also, we have some great faculty, as you know, and to give them the opportunity to work so closely with the students is just amazing.
Well, congratulations, Dr. Burnett, on the funding, and hey, keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Maria, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Have a
Dr.
good day.
Shonrock, always a pleasure speaking to you.
Always great to hear your wonderful voice, and have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.
All right, we'll see you this afternoon. President
Fingers up, go Hornets.
Fingers up. It's always a great day to be a Hornet. Emporia State President Dr. Michael Shonrock on the ESU Buzz. That was Dr. Tim Burnett, Associate Professor of Biological Sciences at Emporia State University. So undergraduate science research enhanced through this wonderful grant award.